Early Saturday morning in August of 2007, the Key Bank Tower turned to dust in seconds, and the new project called City Creek was off and running. Remember the giant hole where the ZCMI and Crossroads Mall were? Heavy equipment scooped debris for weeks to create what has become the underground parking garage for 5,000 vehicles. In 2008, ceremonial shovels went into the ground and the architectural drawings and models were unveiled to show how these 23 acres in the middle of downtown might look someday. In 2009, things were really starting to take shape, with the old long gone by now and the new, well, looking up. The high-rise condos and apartments began to reshape our skyline. Harmon's was getting in on the act too and was in the early stages of its new urban grocery store. At the peak of all this construction activity, 1,700 workers were on the job sites each day. The economic impact of salaries generated and everything else related to the project were the envy of cities around the country. In early 2011, the sales offices for Promontory, Regent Street, and Richards Court opened, and finished models were ready for viewing by prospective buyers and renters. William Taubman, the chief operating officer for the corporation that developed City Creek, dropped into town again to see the progress.
We felt that we could create something that was unique and had a different point of view than anything that existed in the market. And so we felt very strongly about the project.
And 5 months ago, the media finally got its first tour inside, where we finally got a real feel for the project, including the retractable roof, which, for today's grand opening, is definitely wide open. In the early 1900s, Salt Lake City did have a skyline, though a modest one. Here's a photo from 1913 looking down from City Creek Canyon. In 1920, things were definitely looking up. In the 1970s, Salt Lake skyline made a major transformation. The original Salt Palace went up, as did the ZCMI Center and Howard Johnson's. Other hotels, banks, and offices jumped out of the ground. And here we go again. The City Creek project has altered our downtown silhouette once more.
A place like Salt Lake has a smallish skyline, but it's given more importance because it's a backdrop of the mountains. So it's almost amplified by that.
And in terms of making a good impression on visitors, an updated skyline with that scenic backdrop, well, who wouldn't be impressed?
When my colleagues come here, architects from other communities, and I have colleagues in New York and Boston and San Francisco and Seattle, they are awestruck.
Okay, so we have a picturesque city. What does it mean? It's a lot of steel, concrete, and glass, after all, constructed in various sizes, shapes, colors, and angles. Well, for one thing, an expanding skyline like ours is unheard of in the nation right now. Our downtown rising is sending a strong message.
The fact that we have a skyline where there's exciting sort of stuff happening right now tells a lot about our trajectory at this moment.
That is, this view says, look at us, we're moving forward, economically, culturally, and certainly creatively. Longtime Salt Lake architects Brenda Shear and Mike Stransky like the fact that the new developments also blend in nicely with what was already here, and the fact that it's all very accessible.
People look at this and say, "How did you do that? How did you bring the perfect storm together with transportation and residential development and commercial development and retail development all coming together?"
Major city skylines, no matter where they are, really are a work of art with a lot of individual pieces fitting together in one unique puzzle. Some are more interesting than others, of course. People in New York love the looks of their city, as do the folks in Denver or San Diego.
We should feel proud of our skyline then.
I think we should, yeah. I think our skyline is very attractive, and it has a good mix of different eras of buildings in it.
You got to believe that the outside world businesses who are looking at coming here saying there's an active, vibrant city that gets things done.